Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tucson Weekly Access Tucson Project White House Dark Horse Presidential Candidate Debate '08. I'm Jim Ninsel of the Tucson Weekly, and I'll be your moderator this evening. In a few moments, we're going to meet 4 candidates who are on Arizona's February 5th presidential primary ballot. They are just 4 of many. Arizonans will be able to choose from a list of 24 Democrats and 24 Republicans when they go to the polls next month. But the candidates you're going to meet tonight aren't just on the presidential primary ballot. They're also participating in Project White House, a reality journalism competition sponsored by the Tucson Weekly. These candidates are among the 24 who agreed to compete in a variety of campaign challenges to earn the Tucson Weekly's endorsement, if not a slate of delegates to the national conventions. You can find out more about these candidates and so many others by visiting ProjectWhiteHouse08.com, a website that includes profiles of the candidates, their platforms, and links to our YouTube channel and Project White House Polling Central headquarters, where you can vote for your favorite candidates. A brief aside, Project White House regrets that a software glitch seems to have disenfranchised millions of Americans by closing the polls an hour early in our first elimination round earlier this week. Please be assured that we at Project White House are doing all we can to ensure electoral integrity. I'd like to comment further, but our lawyers have advised us not to. With that out of the way, I'd like to introduce our candidates. First, we have Democrat Libby Hubbard, aka Doctress Newtopia. Newtopia's slogan, "Free the Slaves." Her platform involves banning the automobile, elimination of all property rights, and ending the concept of borders in nation states. Next is Democrat Peter Simon Bollender. His slogan, "Let's do it." His platform includes creating an international Uncle Sam sweepstakes that would raise money to help the United States out of its economic crisis, creating regional health care centers at retired military bases that would also house the homeless, and training those homeless people to respond to national disasters such as Katrina. Next, we have Republican Charles Skelly. His slogan, "The New Square Deal." Mr. Skelly wants to create a 30% import tax to fix the trade imbalance with China, take steps to address the nation's growing economic crisis, prevent illegal immigrants from earning income in the United States, and build a fast reactor nuclear power plant. Finally this evening, we have Democrat Chuck C. His slogan, "See a better future, vote Chuck C." Mr. C wants to put people to work with good jobs, reform the electoral system, and fix the world before it's too late. Candidates, a warm welcome to all of you, and thanks for being with us tonight. Before we begin with the questions, which have been submitted to us via YouTube from ordinary Americans who have concerns about the nation, why don't each of you to take a minute to introduce yourselves? Let's start with you, Doctress Newtopia.
Hello, I'm a futurist, and that means that I'm interested in what's going to happen 7 generations from now, because I think our politicians don't think that long term. We need a millennium plan, a 1,000-year plan, because we need to go out into the universe, into the stars, and that's a long-term project. So work with me, and we'll be able to go to other galaxies.
All right, thank you, Doctress Newtopia. Let's take it over to Democrat Peter Simon Bollender. Mr. Bollender.
Thank you, Jim. My name is Peter Bollender, also known as Simon, my middle name. I prefer to be called Simon. My campaign issues are very strong. I have a 10-star program, which I've been pushing. I consider it polished, and many who have observed my campaign have thought or said it is polished and it needs to be put in effect. I'm running on a platform of let's do it, and the strength of my platform is to lower taxes and develop the government where it becomes creative, where it creates the dollar through various programs which I'll introduce.
All right, thank you, Peter. Let's move on. Mr. Skelly, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, thank you, Jim. I'm Charles Skelly, and I'm running on a platform that is basically the Adam Smith economics program, which was started in 1776, and it's the foundation of our United States of America. It tries to put the productive workers of America to work by giving them better and better tools, otherwise known as working capital. We're a capitalistic country. And there's no other way that we can fix America from what I can see.
All right, and finally, Democrat Chuck C. Chuck, tell us a little bit about yourself this evening.
My name is Chuck C. I'm a native here of Tucson, Arizona. I now work at the University of Arizona in the Lunar and Planetary Lab, so I'll be helping Newtopia make her way into the stars. Platform is really your platform. I'm hoping to create a dialogue with the people of the country, with the people of the state, to try and get the issues that are important to you into the public eye.
Terrific. Well, thank you for all of you for being here this evening. And now we'll begin our questions. As I said earlier, we asked you out there in America to come up with questions, and you responded. We received nearly a dozen questions for our candidates here this evening. And our first one comes to us from Max, right here in Tucson.
My name is Max Cannon from Tucson, Arizona, and my mailbox got knocked over. I want to know what you're going to do about postal vandalism.
Postal vandalism. I don't think any of us don't know somebody who's been a victim of postal vandalism at one time or another. Dr. Sutopia, what would you do about this postal vandalism?
Well, I think that we're going to have to build new cities, and it's going to be all email, all electronic messages.
So we won't need mailboxes?
Right. They're a thing of the past.
You'll eliminate the problem by eliminating the mailbox?
Yes.
Okay. Peter, how about you? What would you do about postal vandalism?
I've put a lot of thought in this subject, and it tells me that you don't eliminate mailboxes, but you attack the problem by looking through records or releasees from prison, police records, FBI records, of past tense crimes that are in that area, and then proceed forthwith on a strong campaign to put away people who have a record of such.
Okay, so lock up the postal vandals. All right, Charles Skelly, postal vandalism.
Well, I think we could make this a topic of the past by turning the whole project over to FedEx.
So privatize
Right.
the entire postal system.
Right.
Very good. And Chuck C., what do you say?
I think that's a good idea, privatizing the postal system. It's nothing more frustrating than having your home vandalized, and I think a lot of what we've lost is in getting away from our neighborhoods, is that we don't look over other people's property, and I would like to see a rebuilding of neighborhoods and of the inner city, and some money going into urban renewal to avoid these kind of problems.
So a little bit more neighborhood watch out there, neighborhood reinvestment. Terrific. Well, our next question is from Eric Smith. He's a bartender at the Kingfisher, and this is what he has to wonder.
Hi, I'm Eric Smith, and I'm a bartender at the Kingfisher, and I'm really worried that the government is hiding things from us. So my question is, when do you plan on releasing the government's UFO files?
All right. You know, that's a good burger over at the Kingfisher. I don't know if you tried that out or not. Mr. Ballender, releasing the UFO files. Is it time to do that? Is it time to let the people know what really happened at Roswell?
Well, first, that is a topic that can go either way. I'm a strong believer in visitation from other planets for years. In present tense, I think it's fair only to release records to the general public in a certain soft approach, because you don't want panic to happen amongst the masses that there's aliens or visitations here on Earth. But I would release it on a certain educational way, in a nice way, not to scare people, but to release information for such. I think it would be good if it was done in a certain way. I would need to research that more to give a more accurate answer.